Hello and welcome to today's lesson. My name is Stuart. In today's lesson we're looking at whether we use good or well when we speak English. Let's go to the intro. Now, as I said, today we're going to look at whether we use well or good. Some students confuse the two. Even native speakers quite often confuse the two. And in fact, it's become almost normal for people to interchange both of these two to mean the same thing. But there are some basic rules, and in order for you to speak perfect English, you're going to have to know the exact rules. So the main rule is that well is an adverb and good is an adjective. So well modifies verbs, adjective good modifies nouns. Okay, that's the main rule. So for example, the computer works well. Okay, the computer works well, adverb, verb. It's a good computer, noun, adjective. Okay, the computer works well, it's a good computer. Another example. Brian speaks Spanish well. Brian speaks good Spanish. Brian's Spanish is good. Now, it is accepted nowadays in writing and speaking, informal writing, informal speaking, that we can use good like an adverb. Okay, so people confuse good and well. And it's quite common nowadays to hear people using good as an adverb instead of an adjective here. So, informal, he cooks real good. He cooks real good. Now, it's quite common to hear people say that. Oh, he cooks real good. He speaks Spanish real good. Okay? So, people are confusing that. It's technically incorrect, but it's more or less considered normal speech, normal informal speech nowadays for people to say that. Now, it gets confusing also because well, when we're talking about somebody who is not sick or free from illness, okay, is also an adjective. So in the typical sentence, how are you? And you reply, very well, thank you, okay. We're using well here as an adjective. David is not feeling well today. David is not feeling well. He doesn't feel well. He's sick. But where I come from, Australia, it's very, very common to hear people using good instead of well for this response. So in Australia, people will say, how are you? And most people will reply, I'm good, thanks. How are you? I'm good, thanks. So we're using good here. Now, technically, we should be saying well. According to all the grammar books, we should be saying well, but it's very common to hear people say, I'm feeling good. Or I'm good, sorry. And there's also a famous song, which is I Feel Good by James Brown. I feel good. Now, this is not technically incorrect either, because if we're not talking about illness, let's say we're talking about how somebody feels mentally, okay, we can use good here quite correctly, okay? So how are you? I'm good, thanks. Or I feel good. How do you feel? I feel good. I feel good. I feel well if you're talking about my health. I feel good if you have a happy state of mind. Now, thank you very much for watching the lesson. Remember to leave a question or a comment below if you have one. Remember to share the video on social media, your Facebook, Google+, Twitter, Pinterest. Share it up on social media. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Have a good day. Bye.